Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do a prom makeup tutorial because I know prom is coming up for most people in high school or seniors. Depends where you go to school, I guess. So if you want to see my version of a prom look, then please keep on watching. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, but nah. Baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm starting with one eye done already, and it's basically just a bronze kind of smoky eye. Not super smoky though, so it's pretty simple and pretty much anybody could do it. So I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill palette, Jaclyn Hill Morphe, and I'm going to start with this shade right here in my crease on a Morphe M441, and I'm just going to get a little bit. I'm not going to get too much. You want to start little so you can build it up, and I'm going to just tap it into my crease because I didn't set my crease. All I did was put concealer on. I didn't put powder on so that my colors would be more pigmented. So if you tap it on, then it'll be easier to blend out later. Now once you have some on, you can start blending it out. Okay, now that you did that, I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to take these two colors right here, mix them together, tap it off, and put them in the crease too, but just a little bit lower. Sort of like this. Just to add a little bit of depth. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to take this brush, which it doesn't have a name, but it's just a fluffy brush just like that one. It's just a little bit smaller. And I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to put that also in the crease a little bit, but below and more onto the right corner. And then bring the excess into the center. But you want it focused mainly on the outer corner. Now I'm going to go back in with my other brush and then the first transition color and blend it all out. Now I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to take this bronze shade right here, this sparkly one. And I'm going to put that on my lid. It is so metallic. So it's pretty for prom because it'll be sparkly. And that's all I did. Pretty simple. So now I'm going to prime my face with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is really good because it's moisturizing, but it also gets really tacky. So your makeup will stay on all night, which is obviously something you're going to need for prom because girls, you are going to be dancing and you're also going to have on a really long dress and you're going to get probably sweaty and hot. So it's good to take all the repercussions and really pat it into your face so it's not just sitting on top and it really gets soaked in. Now for foundation, I'm going to take the Maybelline 24-Hour Superstay Foundation, and you need to make sure you have a foundation that doesn't have SPF in it, because if it has SPF, you're going to get flashback, and you know with prom you take a lot of pictures, so it's really important to make sure you don't have any flashback. And you don't want to use too much, so I'm going to take a couple pumps on my hand, because you really want it to be pretty lightweight. Oh, I forgot to wet my beauty blender. Be right back. Okay, now that my beauty blender is wet, I'm going to take that, take a little dab, and start dabbing it onto my face. You want as little product on your face as possible since you are going to be sweating and you don't want it to cake up on you. So when I dab my beauty blender into my foundation, I dab it off on my hand, the excess, so that I won't have too much on my face. Make sure you get below so you don't have a line. Everything should match. If you get oily on your nose, then I would say put the least amount of product on your nose. Just try to spread everything else out onto your nose, because the more oily your nose gets, the more likely it is your product's gonna slide off. So the less product you have, the less likely it is to slide off your nose and look cakey. The reason I didn't do my brows yet is because I want to make sure my whole face is covered with my foundation, and I want to make sure all the way up until my brows is covered. And sometimes if I do my brows first, it's really hard to get around my brows with the foundation. Okay, so when you're done and everything's covered, you want to look around and see if there's any places you want any more coverage. If you have any blemishes, so I'm going to cover a little more right here because I have some blemishes right there. Now I'm going to go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, because the Tarte Shape Tape, I usually use Tarte Shape Tape, but it is a little bit more heavy. And like I said, you want lightweight products for prom. You don't want a ton on your face. If you have really dark under eye circles, then I would suggest putting a peach color corrector under your eyes just to brighten them up a bit. Which mine aren't too bad, so I only use that once in a while on the days I'm feeling really bad about it. So highlight your face with your concealer, and I leave my under eyes for last because I want them to dry more so I have more coverage there. So I'm going to blend everywhere else out first. Okay, now I'm going to set just underneath my eyes because I'm going to go in with cream bronzer too. So first I'm going to set under my eyes just because I don't want them to crease, but nowhere else. I'm using the Mercier translucent powder to set under my eyes. Now I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Divine Concealer in the shade C12 to bronze up my face. If you do your jawline, it is going to make you look like you have a sharper jawline than you actually have. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to set my entire face, including the part I just put cream bronzer on, with the same powder, the Mercier powder. Now that my whole face is set, I'm gonna do my eyebrows off of camera and I will be right back. Okay, I went ahead and did my eyebrows and my lower lash line and mascara off camera. So since I cream bronzed, I'm still gonna do a little bit of powder, but I'm just gonna do a very light amount. I'm gonna dip it in a little, tap out the excess, and I'm just gonna tap it on just to give myself a little more of a bronze, but I don't want it to be harsh. And that's it. And then I'm gonna go in with my translucent powder again and this Cake Bake sponge, just because it has a sharp tip, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna bake underneath, because you want to make sure your bronze or contour, whatever you decide to do, isn't too low and is a little bit sharp. Now while that's baking, I'm gonna go ahead and do some blush, and I'm just gonna use whatever blush you like the best. I'm gonna use my Too Faced blush in Baby Love because that's just my favorite shade on myself. And I'm gonna take a Morphe E4, and I'm just gonna tap a little on. I'm not gonna do much, because I don't love a super blush look. I'm more into the bronze look, but if you like super blush, then do as much blush as you want. It's really a preference kind of thing. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes off camera. I am gonna use Koko lashes in the style Queen Bee, because I feel like they're still pretty big and dramatic, but they also make sure you can still see your eyeshadow through it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, now that my lashes are on and my mascara is done, I'm gonna wipe away my bake. It's definitely been on long enough. And now I'm gonna highlight. I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlight, and I'm gonna do my inner corners with that. And my brow bone. And I like to bring my brow bone highlight all the way out, so that when I highlight my cheeks, it meets it and they connect. Now my Cupid's bow, my nose, and then I'm going to switch brushes to my Morphe M510, and I'm going to do my chin. If you get dewy or oily, then I wouldn't do your chin or your nose. I just do that because I don't really get oily. I just like to glow. Now I'm going to do my temples. And just wherever it goes. Now this step's not necessary, but just because I'm obsessed with Champagne Pop, I'm gonna add a little bit of that to my cheeks. And for lips, I'm gonna take the Gerard Cosmetics lipstick in the shade 1995. Oh yeah, no, we're definitely going with the liquid lipstick version. You can take whatever lipstick you want. I would suggest a brown nude, which is not really what I did here, but still that's what probably I would suggest. For this eye, I think you can pretty much do whatever since it's just neutral. So now I'm going to spray my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. Alright you guys, so that completes my prom makeup tutorial. So if you liked it, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching.